the gospel. Casting live on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Spotify, we're on Amazon Music, we're on Google and Apple Podcast. You know, we're everywhere. So all you have to do is just search for Send Me Radio. You can even say, Alexia, play Send Me Radio, and we'll automatically come on. We also have our Facebook page and all these different streaming platforms that I just mentioned. I want you to subscribe to Send Me Radio. I'm your host, Digital Inc. and this is Pastor Chidi Okori. Now tonight we will be discussing, we'll be having a topic actually, and it's a question which we will aim to answer that question. I'm sure you will also have your own opinion. So if you have an opinion, you can always drop your opinion in the comment box right below this video. And also you can click on the notification bell so that you'll know when new videos are uploaded, because we're also on YouTube. So Pastor Chidi, I'm going to throw this question over to you for you to continue. The question is, if you're a married couple and your parents do not like your spouse, what do you do? And this episode is called A Godly Marriage. So our subtopic tonight is, if your parents do not like your spouse, what do you do? Do you run back home to mommy? Or do you stay with your husband or your wife? Or if daddy says, leave that man, and you know that, okay, the Lord has told you, you're a Christian, that this is your husband or your wife, do you go back home to mommy and daddy? Or pastor, what do you do?
Okay, first of all, I want to greet our viewers as well, and our listeners. I want to thank God for you, and I want to give God glory because of you, your support, and the way you people have been behind
Send Me Radio.
Send Me Radio is becoming large, and I thank God for your prayer as well.
Amen.
I mean, Send Me Radio is all over the world now. I get calls every day from different countries,
Yes.
from different people, through this media. So we thank God that the gospel is being spread. So the question is, if your spouse, parents doesn't like you, do you go back to your own parents
And wrap up the marriage.
Okay, first of all, you have to realize that marriage is not for children. When you step out from your parents, ready for marriage, up to age of marriage, when you leave your parents, you don't go back. You don't go back to your parents' house as one of the tenants in the house. You go as a visitor.
Yes.
Because now you are your own boss. Okay, that's number one. Number two is that you are not married to your parents. You are married to your husband. Just like the Bible said in Genesis chapter 2, verse 24. I'm going to just read it. I don't want to put it offhand. He said, he said, therefore a man shall leave his father and mother and hold fast to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. So when you leave your parents, you and your husband has become one flesh. You are no longer two people. You are not two different individuals now. You are one. One in the mind, in the spirit, and in the body.
Yes.
So you have to come to that maturity. It does not matter who doesn't like you, but what matters is who loves you. The person that loves you and bring you into his life, or the person that loves you and bring you into her life. So it's left for both of you to decide. You are the main driver of your own bus or car. If you enter into this marriage, car of marriage, or bus of marriage, or train of marriage, you are the driver.
Yes.
So you decide what happens. You don't let people decide for you what happens to you and your marriage. So you take full responsibility of what happens to you, or what is happening to you. So God is with you, people. Then others, is always good if the forces coming to attack you is from outside.
Yes.
Okay? But if it is within, the Bible says that kingdom divided by itself cannot stand. So if two of you have become one force, whoever doesn't like you does not really matter. It's a matter of time.
So what if they decide they're going to cut you out of the inheritance?
Well, if they are going to cut you out of inheritance, what is there to you, for you to inherit? Probably house, cars. Remember that none of these people came to the world with all these things.
Yes.
I'm sure if my father have many houses, he never came to the world with houses. So the same with cars. All those things are man-made. It's something that you can possess anytime.
So do you think it's a possibility that like a parent can be jealous of their child because probably they had a failed childhood or a failed marriage themselves, or they might be looking at your life and want the life that you have because the life that they had when they were your age didn't work out quite the same they wanted it to. So they're looking at yours now and wanted it. Is that a possibility as well?
Well, it could be possible. Anything is possible, but I wouldn't say your parents becoming jealous. Most times what happens is some parents are overtly controlling. So they want to control everything. Control freak. Once they are not in control, they don't feel themselves. They don't feel good. So, and forgetting that the person you're planning to control is no longer a child, it's an adult. Okay? So you can control a child for a while. You control a child when he's a child in order to guide a person into making good decisions, guide him into good steps, the things to follow. But when the person becomes a man, you advise, or becomes a woman, you can only advise an adult.
So what advice would you give to the person in that situation?
Well, the advice that I will give the person in that situation is that you have to be the man. You have to be the woman. You have to be the boss, the driver of your own train of marriage. Train, bus, car, whichever thing you use to qualify this, being together. Whether it's a train, car, or bus, you are the driver.
Yes.
Nobody has ability to drive it as you can drive it, or as you have to drive it. So if you don't drive it well, don't blame anybody.
Exactly.
There's nobody to blame. So the advice I'm giving the person that is thinking, if I don't leave my wife, I won't get inheritance. To hell with the inheritance.
Exactly.
Okay? Let that inheritance disappear from my face.
Because
Okay.
you both can work together and get even
your
more.
own inheritance. I get more. So if you are going to be so lazy and dependent on your father's house and car, like land, all those kind of nonsense that people want to kill themselves
and dissolve your marriage.
And dissolve your marriage, or dissolve your life, or destroy your family.
Yes. And your future.
Or discard the children that God has blessed you with. Then you are the foolish one. You need to become wise. Those things, first of all, just remember always that God can bless anybody, any human being.
He's the
human being.
He's the one who put it together in the first place.
Good. God brought you together. He's going to take care of you together. So whoever that doesn't like you as the man, sometimes it's in the other way around. You marry from a family, they don't like you as a man. Probably you are too short, or you are too tall,
right?
Or your nose is so flat,
or
mine.
Or you didn't marry with money then.
Good. Or you are not so rich, or you are poor. They see you as poor. But you have never gone to beg them for food or money or anything. Okay, but that's the eye. That's what they see. But it's totally different when both of you are together. If you feel that the person is trying to destroy your marriage because you don't have money, or maybe you are not up to who's supposed to marry the daughter, because it's always the case. Okay, they see you, they neglect you, they disregard you, but at the long run, they will see a total different thing, because God can bless anybody.
Right.
Money is just a tool. I'm telling you, money comes
and it goes. It has wings.
It has wings. Sometimes I have huge money. Sometimes I have nothing. So it's money. That's money for you. So it works like that. Sometimes it will come so huge. Sometimes it drops. Sometimes it comes like trickling gradually. Sometimes you don't have nothing. So money, wealth, materialism, all those things should not be something that you have to attach to your marriage. I mean, these things are good. Money is very, very good. But don't let it spoil your relationship or destroy whom God has put in your life. As your husband, as your wife, as your child. Sometimes it goes back to children as well. So you have plenty children. You see people disregarding you. You are one of the children, but they disregard you because they think you don't have money. So whatever suggestion, whatever presence, whatever thing that you're doing does not really matter. Okay, but it shouldn't be so. Okay, don't let anybody make you feel down
or lesser than a person.
Or feel less than a person. No.
Yes.
Don't. I mean, in 2022, it could happen in the 80s. This time around, there are more exposure that you should regard anybody. Regard everybody that you see on the way is a human being. You must respect that person.
Yes.
Especially when both of you are married. You must respect each other. Don't worry about the fight that is coming from outside. My mother don't like you. My father loves you. My siblings, they don't regard you. Those things are secondary matters. The real deal is you and your husband working together. forget who doesn't like you. They will love you at the end of the day. when God see that both of you are working together, because it is only in unity that God will bless you.
Yes.
So see that both of you are working together and start blessing you. Everybody will love you. Whether they like it or not, the Bible said, I will prepare a table in the presence of your enemies. So when that table is prepared, your enemies have no choice. They're going to bow and join the table too, because the table will be so nice.
Exactly.
God bless you.
God bless you.